Hi everyone, I've done it. I've broken Underworld Breach in the Penny Dreadful MTG format. So when Underworld Breach was first, when it became legal for Penny Dreadful, like around a few days ago into the rotation, most people were kind of surprised that it got in because it used to be an expensive card. It used to be all over like Modern and everything, but of course it got banned in basically every constructed format. And now it's cheap and now we got it. But most people were still of the opinion that it would be very hard to make work because we don't have any rituals whatsoever, basically. Like we don't have any red rituals. There are only red rituals, but we also don't have Manamorphos or something. Basically, don't have anything to make like the red storm decks work. We also don't have the artifact that they needed in Beach combo in Modern. We don't have Emery. We don't have anything basically that was used in those combos. We have a lot of other tools, but not really for the Beach deck. But well, I went ahead and brewed. I brewed a lot of Breach decks in the last few days. A lot of them were bad. Some were okay-ish, but still had problems. But I think this is the best one I've done so far. So it's basically the basic Storm deck from 2 or 3 seasons ago. That deck was using Mind's Desire for card advantage, but Underworld Breach is of course much cheaper, much better because it's more consistent. It's deterministic, where you could still fizzle with Mind's Desire. And so let's take a look at it. So the mana base, as you can see, is basically all basics. Sure, we have 3 favorable passage because we need to search out the off-color basics because we are playing 5-color, at least in this variation of the deck. But it's mostly forest. But it's not a problem because we have Birds of Paradise for mana fixing. Lotus Cobra also fixes our mana. We have Flare of Cultivation to sack Birds, Lotus Cobra, or the Coiling Oracle. Flare of Cultivation, basically, it's a free spell, so can't be too bad, but you can still play it as a Cultivate. And it can also search out basics that aren't forests, so it can kind of fix mana. And yeah, then of course we have Underworld Breach, the most important card in the deck, the reason why this deck exists in the current season, most likely. We have Grapeshot as a finisher, but okay, maybe I should explain the combo first. So the combo is you have Underworld Breach, and you have to have either a Glacierwood Siege with Timur selected, or a Mesmeric Orb on the field. And then you can cast Early Harvest over and over again to make a lot of mana, generate a lot of storm, and then you can kill your opponent with multiple grape shots usually. In theory, you can also just mill them out with Glacierwood Siege, or you can try. I'm not sure how good this works, but that's like the alternate game plan most likely. And that's basically the deck. We have Pillage the Bog, also a very important card, because it lets you basically cast Demonic Tutor when you have a bunch of lands, which is great in a combo deck, of course. And then we have some like flashback cards, Deep Analysis and Sevin's Reclamation. Those are kind of the flex slots of the deck. Maybe you should cut Sevin's Reclamation and cut White entirely. But as I said, we have some fixing, so it should be fine. And Sevin's Reclamation is potentially very strong, considering that you can get back both an Underworld Breach and a Glacierwood Siege or Mesmeric Orb. And it costs 5 mana from the grave, obviously, but in this deck you generate a lot of mana with stuff like Lotus Cobra, Birds of Paradise, Flare of Cultivation, and so on and so forth. So it's not that hard to like get the thing going, and yeah. So I have to admit I have not played a single game against an opponent with this deck yet, but I was so hyped about it that I had to record this video. I had to show you all how I'm going to do. Also, remember on this Saturday there's a Penny Dreadful kickoff with prizes up until the 32nd place, so you should go and join that, maybe even with this deck if it performs well. And yeah. Oh, and maybe I should talk about the sideboard shortly. It's basically some anti-Nado tools in Run Afoul and Curse Totem. Defense Grid is for like counterspell decks, although there aren't that many of those. Origin of Metal Bending is a pretty good card, I think. It's like a disenchant, but it can also save one of our creatures from dying from a removal spell. Tangle, obviously good against aggro, you just fog and then the creatures don't untap. And last thing, Rift Sweeper. This is kind of the weirdest card in the deck, perhaps, but my idea was that we bring this in against black decks because they can have something like Lost Legacy or Unmoored Ego. So when they play this, we dig for a Rift Sweeper with Pillar to the Bog, and we put a Breach that they exiled back into our deck, and we Pillar to the Bog again to get it. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's a dream, but it's only one sideboard, it's a lot. But yeah. Alright, so let's jump into the games. I hope this goes well. Maybe I will play it in the kickoff. Yeah, let's see. Alrighty. So first game in the league. Yeah. As I said in the intro, I have only played this deck against myself so far in the solitaire mode, so I might still make some mistakes. First hand is looking unkeepable because only one land and no birds. Yeah, this is looking keepable. Okay, snow-covered swamp. Oh, but Dread Wanderer, so not a control deck most likely. Or like maybe not. So I guess, yeah, I guess it makes sense to fetch the swamp here in the end step, of course, in my opponent's end step. Do they have another land? Ah, there they do. Oh, and it's looking like, oh yeah, probably Aristocrats in Orzhov. Probably like Solemnity aggro or something, but not sure how you make that work in the current season. Oh, Lotus Cobra is pretty cool. But I'll lead on Mesmeric Orb anyways. Gotta get the Millen going. But Lotus Cobra means we can next turn go Lotus Cobra into Pillage the Bog. And then turn 4 we can combo off perhaps. What is that? Oh, so maybe it's a zombie deck? Yeah, it looks like a zombie deck. Okay, we got Underworld Breach, that's good. We still haven't got a red source though. Yeah, that's probably what we were going to look for. We're not dead on board, right? 5, 8, 9, yeah, no, we're not dead on board. Oh wait, the mountain is in our grave. That's kind of bad, but I guess with Fabled Passage it could work. Because we only need 2 red, one for the breach, one for the grape shot. So I should be able to like get 2 red with the Fabled Passage of the Lotus Cobra. And maybe that works. So can they kill me? Well, I hope not, but well, I don't see a win here. So I'm just gonna go down to 4. Alright. Whew. So I play this, I make a red. Wait, do I have 1 mana too little? I do, don't I? Well, there's only one way to find out. Oh no, it should be fine. Oh. So I think I do have the win here. Oh, but I only have 1 grape shot, so gonna have to see if it works. Oh, but they concede. Okay, so I think I would have been able to make a big enough grape shot for the win, but I could only cast 1 grape shot, so well, yeah. All right, so the Tangles come in, I think. Maybe 1 Cursed Totem because they have some activated abilities. The Seracia is notably not in anymore. But Solemnity is, so maybe at least 1 Origin of Metal Bending. I mean, you can always bring in 1, I guess, because everyone has like some enchantments or artifacts, most likely. So Deep Analysis can go out. Savine's Reclamation probably too. And then I can cut the planes, I'm on the draw anyways. Yeah, I mean, this sideboarding is still a bit funky. I don't really know exactly how to sideboard with this deck yet. Notably, I also didn't play like a single game of the basic Storm deck like 2 or 3 seasons ago when it was the hot new thing. But yeah, it's a learning experience. Okay, sure, let's rumble. Okay, so we go turn 2 Lotus Cobra, turn 3 current make a mana of the Lotus Cobra for the Oracle, go Flare of Cultivation. Yeah, sure, on the draw I'll keep it. Obviously we don't really have gas, but Coiling Oracle basically draws a card, so should be workable. Champion of the Perished, okay. It's zombies indeed. Okay, Crew Claws Heist is annoying. They are going to take the Lotus Cobra most likely. Which means I basically can't play anything next turn. That is bad. But I can play something turn 3, like the Flare of Cultivation. So, yeah, I should still be fine. And they're not putting on much pressure anyways. At least for now. Graveyard Marshal. I've never seen this card in my life before the first game. Well, alright. Okay, another forest, but I'll play the swamp. Could have played the mountain as well. I guess it doesn't matter. Island goes on the field. So not really a lot of lands for with my 18 lands, but that's to be expected in the land stack. Oh mate, and it's a black deck, so I should have put in the Rift, whatever it's called, the thing that gets back a card from exile. Although I do not know if they play Lost Legacy, but they might. Yeah, and the Curse Totem was maybe also not super smart, but oh well. Flare of Cultivation, not what I needed. So I guess I'll just go with the Cursed Totem here. And I'll try not to die. Yeah, so having none of the Pillage the Box is kind of not good here. But I think I survived this, right? Yeah, I survive. But the question is, can I win next turn or can I not win next turn? I mean, Tangle would do it. Tangle, come on. Early Harvest. That doesn't do it. Alright, game 3. So, yeah, the Rift... I mean, Rift Sweeper is still against an aggro deck, it's really janky. So I don't think I need this. Or the Cursed Totem. Probably gotta keep in the planes again, because I'm on the play. Although Orange of Metal Bending, just like I can give a creature indestructible, then it blocks favorably or something. That's an option for sure. Yeah, I'll bring in the Rift Sweeper. Because I could have Lost Legacy, but against aggro it's not great, but it gives me an out, I suppose. Yeah, let's go. Okay, looks like it would have been a great hand, but only one land and no birds. This one has a lot of lands, but I think I gotta keep it. Let's hope my opponent doesn't have Divest. No, but a Champion of the Perished. Oh, nice. So it would have been an option here to play the Mesmeric Roar instead, because they can take it out of my hand, but they likely can't remove it from the board. But okay, they don't, so then it was the right call most likely. So next turn I'll go Orb, then Oracle, hopefully draw something good. Oh, okay, that changes things. But I suppose I still want the Orb. Then make a blue of the Cobra. Okay, give me a Pillage the Bog, please. A land. That doesn't do anything for me. But I'm nowhere near that yet, so the game is definitely still open. They take away my siege. That's okay, actually. That's probably definitely better for me than if they played some aggro card. So I'm not gonna block yet. Okay, Breach milled. Not great. Yeah, I'm not gonna attack here, because at this point I don't need any of the creatures. Oh, wait, oh man! I don't have red yet, so I should have kept the swamp in hand so that I can make red with the Lotus Cobra. That was a punt. Okay, so I boarded out all the flashback cards. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the smartest idea. Maybe this deck still needs work as well. Yeah, and still no blocks. Yeah, the swamp was definitely a bad idea to play that. Do I even want to tap my stuff here? Probably like some of it. Oh, that's great actually. Oh, and I do have red of the Birds of Paradise. So if I find a breach, I should be able to win here. Oh no, wait. That's not true. It's not true, is it? Because I have 1 mana too little. Or... yeah, 1 mana too little, I think. But I can do next turn, most likely. Or do I have any other options? Nah, gotta go for the Breach. So if I play Breach here, I only have 2 mana for the early harvest. I could go Breach, Coiling Oracle, make potentially 2 mana. Also not enough. So yeah, I gotta pass and hope they don't kill me. I can block 2 creatures with the Lotus Scorpion and the Coiling Oracle. Yeah, I mean that card doesn't matter against me. Well, it does against the land stuff, but not in this situation at least. So do I survive? Do I get to do Underworld Breach stuff next turn? Seems like it. Another one of those. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I should have just been able to win. I guess I can mill some more. Because I want everything in my yard anyways. Oh wait! Oh yeah, it should work. Guess I can just play... Wait, how do I do? Oh, yeah, I can play Flare of Cultivation to get the red thing. Or to make a mana with the Lotus Scorpion, yeah. Okay. Okay, and they concede. Alright, so I won the first game, barely, but I did win it. Alright, second match. So I think this is a forest into birds into flare cultivation turn 1 situation, but that's fine. Unless I draw a basic, maybe... Okay, I don't. So I'll get island and what? And forest? And the next turn I play birds and Coiling Oracle. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so my opponent is on some kind of Fanatic of Rowanus deck. So it could just be Nadu that kills me now, or maybe it's like a Timur Battlecry deck that can also kill me now. Although turn 3 is kind of early for these kind of decks, I think. Okay, so it is probably Timur Battlecrier, maybe just Outcaster combo without the Battlecrier. Although that does look like Nature's Rhythm into Kiki-Jiki and High-Rex Scout to kill me immediately, which would be pretty bad. Okay, no, but it isn't. So next turn I go Mesmeric Orb into Pillar to the Bog, most likely. And then I try not to die. Okay, so that changes things. Can I win this turn? I don't think so. Nope. So they have, what, 13, 14 damage on board? Yeah, I guess Curling Oracle makes more sense than Pillars of Bog here. Because it's a blocker, which I need. Oh, and another one of those. Not great. Okay, so let's see if I can survive this. Oh, and milling the Nature's Rhythm for them is not great. So it is some kind of Lumber Twin deck, most likely. And they got a lot of mana. So they can basically grab anything, I think. I don't know exactly what they have. Maybe they have a Samurai Emissary or something. So for now they just play a lot of creatures, but that doesn't kill me this turn at least. Nature's Rhythm for 5. It is Kiki-Jiki after all. So... Oh, and they copy your Bristlebutt. So it does look like I get another turn to try to combo off. So they take a Fanatic and a Forest. I think I have to block here and here. Well, I could have let one through as well, and I could have even left two through, but I don't need these Calling Oracles anyways, right? Because even if I draw a Flare, I can use it on the Birds of Paradise. Alright, so I have 4 mana. Do I have any way to win here? I am not sure. I don't think so. But I gotta go for the pillage anyways. Yeah, and here is a breach that I can't cast. Guess I go Oracle, but yeah, this game is over. Yeah, no. So my opponent is up a game. And I am going to go for... it's not an Nadu deck. Well, Curse Totem is great here. It shuts off Fnatic, shuts off the birds, the Kiki-Jikis. Also shuts off my birds, but those are not so important. Yeah, Tangle should be pretty solid. And that's probably it. Yeah, I gotta go fast in this matchup, so Deep Analysis is not too great. Savine's probably also not great. So maybe I should have cut these in the beginning, but oh well. And I think I can afford to cut one Glacier with Siege. Yeah. So game 2. Let's see how it goes. So this has a Lotus Cobra potentially into Flare of Cultivation. But Curse Totem is pretty good. Yeah, I guess I gotta keep it. Obviously I need a land in the top 2 cards. Yeah, maybe it would have been a mulligan. Yeah, maybe in this matchup I should just mulligan until I have like good enough other shot at the combo. They mulligan to 5. Okay. Ooh, Lumberjack is pretty bad. That probably means I have to go for the Cursed Totem. Yeah, so Fnatic also can't be activated, so yeah, this is pretty good for me here. So I'll go Birds, Cultivation, get a basic, can play a basic, play Cobra. So next round I go with Siege into Bird Cultivation, and then I just hope I draw a Breach. Obviously the best top deck here would once again be the Pillage the Bog. or a breach, obviously. Okay. So, Teamer. Put a swamp into play. Play the forest. I guess I'll also play the orb. So now I need a way to find a breach. And I need an early harvest in the grave, but that should be easy enough to achieve. So what do I get? Plains. Okay. That's obviously suboptimal. Do I have... Oh, I don't seem to have an early harvest in the grave yet, so I gotta tap out again in the end step. But also my opponent doesn't seem to be close to winning, so it should be fine. Are they gonna play anything? No, just want to mill in Nature's Rhythm, which they do. But they only have 4 or 5 mana. And no activated abilities. So I am in top deck mode. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have put the Sevine's Reclamation and the Deep Analysis out of the deck. At least for game 2, where I'm on the play. But it's a learning experience. So at this point I could think about blocking the Lovestruck Beast. I mean, I don't need the Lotus Cobra anymore. Oh, and they don't play the Nature's Rhythm. Oh, they can't. Oh yeah, they could, but only for 1. Or, I don't know. Okay, let's see what I draw. An early harvest. That doesn't cut it, sadly. But notably no breaches in the graveyard yet. So unless my opponent can kill me, I still have a shot next turn. So I'm not sure what they were looking for here, because it just mills their targets for the Nature's Rhythm, I think. Nature's Within for 3. But I don't think there's anything with haste in the deck. Oh, Tracks on my grave. That hurts. But I think... Well, I don't even have... Well, I have one early harvest in the grave, but there's more in the deck. Oh no, they destroy the totem. Yeah, now they can probably just kill me. Unless... I could untap all their basics to hopefully mill the Kiki-Jiki. I'm probably gonna have to do that even. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I gotta do it, right? I think I gotta do it in hopes they mill something with the Mesmeric Orb. Corridor Monitor is out. Well, I'm gonna see first what they grab with for 3. Okay, they do have another untapper. They do go for the Kiki-Jiki, so now's my last chance. Maybe they mill it over. Okay, they don't. But another shot. Ah, no, they still have it in the deck, of course. Life is truly unfair. Alright. So it is GG. Unfortunate, but yeah, I played that wrong, maybe. I don't know. Alright. Game 3, currently 1 loss and 1 win. I get to be on the play. They reveal Illurus. Okay. And I've got a lot of mana and no payoff. Do I still keep it though? No. Yeah. I mean, this isn't great either, but it should be alright. Yeah, maybe this deck just really needs more card draw, or like card selection. So 2 snow-covered swarms suggests to me that they're on like some kind of mono-black control. Okay, probably gonna exile the early harvest. Oh, they choose the Mesmeric Orb. Interesting choice. Yeah, and I'm out of fuel already. So maybe this deck does need some more card selection. Oof, another siege, okay. So I guess I'm gonna put this one on the other mode. So I think, unless they remove my birds, drawing a breach would be kill. But yeah. Okay, not now anymore. Yeah, maybe I should have just chosen Timur again for the extra mill. So it does look bad. I have no creatures on board and no cards in hand, but I guess like I only really need one early harvest and then one breach. So like, yeah, I mean, and they don't kill fast usually, the mono black decks. But I don't know what they could have that they can get at the Profane Tutor. Okay, Skyclave Shade. Yeah, that's just a big guy. Doesn't do a lot. So yeah, I kind of need like a black source now. Oh, they take the Lurus, right? They play the Lurus, but they don't have anything to play with it. Okay, so Mountain is good because I need it for Breach. But I still need a black source. So I basically have Fable Passage and Swamp as my outs, kind of. Okay, and now I don't think I have any outs anymore. Yeah, I mean, Sevine's doesn't cut it, unfortunately. Although I can blank this guy for one turn. So it could be relevant. Oh, but I can play the Fabled Passage from my grave. But one mana too little to bring back the Coiling Oracle. But there's still a chance. As long as I can block the Skyclave and they don't have another damage spell, there is a chance. Okay, now there isn't anymore. Okay. So what do I need? Rift Sweeper, probably good. And that's it. Maybe a defense grid, but that seems bad against mono black, they don't have many instants. Maybe the metal bending, but I'll see. Actually, I don't really need to take anything out, I think. Yeah, no, not really, so... I guess I'll play one. And I'll bin maybe a siege. Because 8 of those effects is kind of a lot. Yeah, I'll just spin 2 sieges to the sideboard. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, this looks good. Again, no payoff and anything, but a lot of mana. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so I do have a lot of mana, just nothing to use it on. Okay, they disrupt my hand, probably take the early harvest. Yep. But there goes the Thoughtseize back. So I don't really want to overcommit to the board here. Probably just hardcast the flare. Get both of the colors I'm missing. So one thing I have been thinking about is like just emitting the sieges and going for lures as well. Yeah, I can bin these. Because right now I can make white with the birds at least, birds anyways. Oh, and I got the breach. Oh, but I have no way to mill. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this deck needs more gas. Wretched Bomb. Okay, that kills my birds next turn. Okay, so give me a Mesmeric Orb now, please. Siege, that's good as well. Yeah, that's a win. Oh. Yeah, that's a win. Yeah, at this point I'm just executing the combo, but there's nothing they can do, and it's deterministic, so... Okay, and they concede. Yeah, at this point I would have just gone for a double grape shot, but this works too. So Glashwood Siege, not so bad after all. Yeah, thinking about it, they have a lot of creature removal but no enchantment removal, so maybe I just cut like 2 of the Lotus Cobras. Yeah, let's roll with that. Okay, 1 land and no ramp and 2 Savines, so that's a mulligan for sure. This has 3 lands, pillage the bog, yeah, looks good. This can go to bottom for now. Divest would be pretty annoying here. Okay, they have tap land. So next turn I go Fabled Passage and Pillage. Maybe? That actually isn't relevant at all, right? Because I don't need to target anything in my grave. I guess they can pay 4 to exile my grave, but that's barely relevant, I think. So maybe I plot the Pillage the Bog here. Then go Flare of Cultivation. Next turn I go Fabled Passage. I do notably still need a mill engine, but I should get it with the plotted card. Alright, they do nothing. Yeah, so I don't think I can combo off this turn, but probably next turn. Okay, so I could either take the early harvest here. I mean, obviously it sucks that I don't have a mill engine in this selection, but Underworld Breach would give me insurance against a discard effect. And I don't really need early harvest in hand. Yeah, I'll take the breach. Okay, so no, a discard effect won't cut it for them most likely, and I need a mill engine, which I do have 8 in the deck now. Okay, I guess Silent Gravestone does shut off the Sevin's Reclamations, but well. So I guess it makes sense to play an island here, so they can go for the siege. Could also go for Mesmeric Orb, but it doesn't really matter that much, I think. Yeah, so next turn I should be able to win. Because at the very least I can go Breach, play Forest, and then pillage the bog into Early Harvest. But I mean, they can tutor anything up right now. So maybe they just exile my graveyard, who knows. I mean, yeah, that does make it harder for me to combo off, I think. But let's see what they do. Yeah, so maybe the Mesmeric Orb would have been better here, because I don't need to cast instants to trigger it, I just need to untap stuff. Yeah, they just opt for the do nothing, hold up the Silent Gravestone. Yeah, this is the point where they have to activate the Gravestone most likely. Oh, and they don't. Interesting. Yep, there goes the Early Harvest. So what is my plan here? I guess my plan is, I mean, I know that my grape shot is at the bottom of the library. But I could also just metal bending here now. Maybe that's the right call. Or maybe I go deep analysis, hold priority, metal bending, hold priority, early harvest? Or like early harvest in response to the activation? Yeah, I guess. So what do they do? Do they activate it? What do they do? Oh, they let it resolve. Okay. But what else could they have? That's the question. Well, I'm just gonna continue, I guess. Or do they try to exile here? I'm not sure. Because I think I just win here. Also because the grape shot resolves the last, the actual card, so I can immediately recast it with the breach. Yeah, no, this time I mill my opponent because maybe they can exile my stuff again, and this way I can still like do one more activation with stuff in my library. Like if I mill that first. But this should be enough for lethal anyways. Okay, I guess they go to 1, but that can be solved pretty easily. Okay, and I win. So 2 matches won, 1 match lost. Nice. Alright, game 4, or like match 4. On the play again. And the hand is looking pretty good. Lure's Companion, okay. So I got turn 1 birds, turn 2 orb, or maybe oracle. Kind of depends on if my birds stay alive, which I definitely hope for, because otherwise this hand is pretty bad. Ooh, there should be burst lightning, or chain lightning. Immolation. So it's auras most likely. Interesting. But I did draw the Swamp for the Pillage the Box, so that's pretty nice. So maybe I just plot that next turn. Then look for like something to give me blue for on turn 4. Yeah, it is auras. Oh, Birds of Paradise, that's pretty nice. So I think I do want the early harvest here. Maybe not. So maybe the deep analysis for the card draw. It's actually tough. Yeah, I'll take that. Although it is questionable. But none of the options were great. Because early harvest, I just need to mill it over anyways. I don't need it in my hand, really. Okay, let's see for how much I get punched now. But it's definitely good that one of the Daybreak Coronets is in the grave. Because this thing could make it harder for me to combo off, like to get the grave shots to do enough damage. Oh, and they kill another birds. Oh, that's so terrible. No, I definitely need a blue source. But they don't have any auras at least. Yeah, Flare of Cultivation would have been pretty good. So no, I cannot play anything. That's sad. So this deck surely needs more streamlining, I guess. And here come the auras. But my opponent is stuck on lands apparently, so that's good for me. Gonna tap these. Another early harvest. That's not great. And Mountain in the Grave too. Yeah, so this deck, this game looks rather bleak. And I don't even have an early harvest in the grave. Maybe I should have just stopped milling here. Although Deep Analysis would be good in the grave if I draw blue source or something to get it. But yeah, now it's questionable if I even survive. So currently it's 12 damage. So I get one last try. Do I want to mill more cards? Sure, I mean I only get one card draw anyways. And it's a forest. Nope, that's not it. So, does any of the auras give them flying? Daybreak Coronet does, right? No, it doesn't. So Run Afoul probably not good here. Origin of Metal Bending surely goes in. Tangle surely goes in. And that's it. So this time I think the Deep Analysis can go out. Sevine's probably stays in, I'd say. And maybe I cut some of the sieges. I do need to combo fast though. Maybe a Flare, maybe a Lotus Cobra. Bit questionable, but let's try it out. Okay, game 2. On the play again. And I got birds into flare. Into Lotus Cobra, into what? I guess it's good enough, but it's not great. My opponent mulligans to 6 cards. But they're taking their time to decide on the mulligan. Alright, let's go. So I took the mountain here because it's the only basic that we really need. But yeah, I guess the other options wouldn't have been too bad either. So now I go for the double Cobra. Really need some card advantage or card selection here though. Okay, the core Spirit Dancer comes down. I guess I'm just going to look for some lands in other colors. Yeah, I have no use for the mana here, so... And I'm not gonna use Tangle, most likely. Flame Speaker's Will, what is that? Okay, destroys artifacts, interesting. Don't have any of those yet. Oh, it's optional, okay. Alright, let's go fishing. Alright, so I gotta take the breach? No. Yeah, I probably need the siege first, sadly. Yep. Okay, I do have Tangle in case they attack for a lot. What is that? Oh, it's that. Okay. So I don't have any removal for the Correspondent Gensers in the 75, I think. Only really ways to stall. But I guess my removal is player removal anyways. Okay, they play another land. Nothing too exciting yet. Immolation on one of the Spirit Dancers. Okay. So they play a lot of auras, draw a lot of cards, I guess. And there goes the Coronet. But it's not gonna gain any life this turn. Ooh, sad I milled a breach. Would have needed that. A Lotus Cobra, not what I need. But also doesn't hurt to play. Okay, let's see if they can give the Core Spirit Dancer some kind of evasion and kill me. I hope not, obviously. But there are some white auras that give flying. I know so much. But I don't know if they play them. Okay, another draw engine. Maybe it would have been smart to go for early harvest, because I could have milled a deep analysis. That would have potentially drawn me an Underworld Breach. But I mean, there was no way to know if that would even happen, so yeah. Or did I bot that out? Oh yeah, I boarded them out anyway, so there was no point in doing that either. So that gives first strike, but that doesn't concern me too much. Alright, target creature can't block, but I have 3 of them anyways. So I do get one more turn. I need a breach or something to find a breach. Okay, let's time to draw my last card, potentially. Ooh, the suspense. Okay, that's potentially game winning. No! Okay, one breach still in the deck. And I don't find it. Oof. But I can I can go again. Yeah, I think I gotta mill them, because otherwise I could mill over the breach. And I don't find it. Oh my god. I don't find it. And Savines doesn't work because I don't have white. Oh my god. I guess Tangle can buy me another turn at least. But that's not great. Yeah, milling the 2 breaches was... I should have just not milled my opponent there, because there was nothing I could mill that would have advanced my state. So now I really need a breach or a pillage. That's my only outs. And there's 1 breach left in the deck and 1 pillage. So pretty slim chances, but nothing is impossible. Okay, that only exiles a creature, so it doesn't really matter. If it were to exile non-land permanent, that would have been a problem indeed. Yeah, also the chances that they play disenchants, and if they disenchant my siege, then it's game over. Fail to find, okay. They fail to find an aura. 1 damage to target creature. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Okay, they kill my last creature, but again, since I have the Tangle, it's not super relevant. Wheel of Sun and Moon, targeting me. That's very interesting considering that I have a full graveyard, but I guess there's a world where it makes sense. Especially since I have the Origin of Metal Bending in the grave to just remove it, but whatever. So I do need to draw a Breach, a Tangle, or a Pillage the Bog anyways. Gonna mill my opponent here. Okay, what do I get? Yes, I do need to win in the next turn because while this doesn't untap... Oh no! I still don't have white mana. I still don't have white mana for the Sevin's Reclamation. Yeah, that's GG. That is bitter. That is bitter. Alright, time for the last match of the league. Starting off pretty weak, so I'm gonna take a mulligan. Wow, this is even worse. Only 1 land, no birds. This is also terrible, but I guess... Yeah, I mean, this does nothing. But I gotta keep it. I can't go down to 4. Yeah, so I really need blue mana here or something. My opponent is on Dimir. At least. Plays a Malcolm. Okay, so they are on at least Esper. Maybe it's like Solar Flare, Reanimator or something. Okay, so it is Reanimator. Oh, and I forgot to mill. Unfortunate. But also gonna keep the forest in hand here, because if I draw a Lotus Cobra, that could give me blue. Also notably, the Mesmeric Orb not great against an Arian meta deck. Okay, yeah, Flare's alright. At least I have colored mana now, besides green. Yeah, so they have a lot of stuff in grave. So if they have something to reanimate it, it's probably game over. Yeah, they find Unburial Rites, which means they can exile one thing, most likely. I go down to 4 life. Although I do think Breach is just lethal, right? So they would have to exile or destroy my mountain. Oh, and they go for the wrong choice. Haha. Well, how unfortunate for them. Yeah, so this is a win indeed. Did not think that I would win this one after the very slow start and mulligan to like 5 or something. So the Grape Shot is in the grave now. So I'll cast the first one now. Okay, and they concede. Alright, so I did pull off the win after all. Did not expect that. But I got it in the end. So I probably won't run afoul against Malcolm and other big flyers. So what else could they have? They might have like Aethersworn Canonist or something like that. Well, for full disclosure, I am seeing that on a list they previously played in a league. So maybe I pull in the Metal Bending. Yeah, and that's probably it. So what do I take out? Yeah, I think the orbs are like pretty bad against the Ran meta deck, so I'm gonna try to just go with the Glacier with Sieges. And then I can probably cut Cobra and an Oracle. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so this hand does nothing the first 2 turns, but it has a turn 3 siege. Potentially followed by a deep analysis or like a flare, and it can draw into a lot of good things, so I'm gonna keep it. Oh, okay. Opponent is down to 5 cards. Oh, that was a wrong land. Ooh, it's too late. Well, if I don't draw a turn 2 play, it doesn't matter anyways. Champion of Wits, okay. Just some looting. Ooh, and a Sarah's Emissary goes down. Interesting. Well, it goes into the grave, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Timur, although recurring the failed passage is kind of tempting, but I think this is not a matchup where value is that important. Especially since they might have counter spells, although I don't think so. Yeah, there's a Canonist. So I'm just gonna try to draw a card here. Or like 2 cards with a Deep Analysis. Alright, and I got the answer in hand. Very nice. My opponent notably also only has 2 cards in hand left. Yeah, I'm gonna do it in this phase, I think. Obviously, if they have a counter, it would be bad, but alright, they don't. Looks like they have nothing. That's great for me. So now I can look for a breach. I think there's one in the grave. No, there's none in the grave, but now there's one in the grave. But I still find one. And unless they have some interaction... Oh, they have something. Kutzel's Flanker, okay. That is going to exile my grave, but I think I still win. Because I can early harvest. And the grave shroud is not in my grave. So I think the only out would be to have another Kutzel's Flanker. But doesn't seem like they have them. And they have it. Okay, and they concede. Okay. So 3 games won, 2 games lost. Alright, so I went 3-2. So I think that's pretty good considering that it was my first time playing this deck and I just brewed it this evening. So obviously some choices need to be redone. I think I need more islands in the deck. Potentially I should just cut white because Season's Reclamation is not so relevant. Then maybe Glacierwood Siege should be cut to enable Lurrus. Although I'm not so sure about that because having 4 Mesmeric Orbs is kind of... and for Sieges is pretty good. But maybe I just run some card selection instead, like some Impulses or whatever we have. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, maybe I'm going to refine this deck, play it at the kickoff, maybe not. But yeah, see you around.